Well,
Do you remember how to do this?
No. Do you?
No, I never really did anything except show up anyway.
Well, I wasn't going to be the one to say it, but no. With time off a little bit. We were away for a little while.
Yeah,
We're
for
back.
sure.
That was great. I kind of like. I'm not going to lie, folks. I love being with the Sarnia Sting here, but I had to drag myself here. I was like, oh, yeah, I got a game tonight. Like, I'm still a bit in holiday mode, right?
Oh, for sure.
As most are. But this is exciting. I got to tell you why I'm really happy about tonight, Jay.
Okay.
We're not playing Flint.
No, we're not.
What did we play them, 7 times or something?
Yeah, something crazy
and,
like that.
I don't know how that schedule works.
It just didn't work in our advantage either, I don't think, for the most part.
Well, we're doing okay.
Okay.
Saginaw and Windsor leading the way in this division of ours. We're in third right there.
Did you catch any of the World Juniors?
A teeny little bit while we were away, but I've been following along more online than anything.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that for sure. London Knights here in the house tonight, the first time in regular season that we've had to play them.
She's a sellout crowd, too, from what I understand, yeah.
And have to take a moment and give, I don't even know how you say this, some memory towards Abakar Kazbekov.
Yes.
Sadly, 18 years old.
Crazy.
A few weeks ago, passed away.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to take a moment with that. Actually, I've got something up here that I want to share. And you're probably noticing here too, Jay, that I'm wearing my Face-Off for Mental Health ribbon here, right?
Yeah.
And that's something that's really important, not just for the Sarnia Sting, but hugely here in the OHL, to the point where they actually have mental health coaches on many of the teams for good reason. Yeah. And, if you go to the Sarnia Sting Facebook page, you see, remembering AK, and a lot of people commenting saying, let's just remember what it was like when you were 16, 17, 18 years old, and you didn't have the world on your shoulders, all these expectations and pressures of these OHL players.
Yeah, it's a lot different these days.
Yeah,
that's for sure. I mean, between the pandemic and
right. Then there's that thing that happened.
Absolutely, and then there's all the other issues that kind of came around that. That social separation that happened during that period of time, and I mean, even schools now. I was sitting there chatting with my kid who still has to COVID test twice a week, every day or every week for work and stuff like that. I mean, it's, life has changed. Our culture has changed.
We have to remember just who these kids are out there.
Absolutely.
Young adults, but to you guys like you and I, kids. So,
for sure.
We definitely send our heartfelt condolences out to the family members, of course, and the teammates that knew him, not just on with the London Knights. Yep. I actually had somebody come up to me who is well known in our community and said that it was his brother-in-law was billet to AK. So
wow,
there's definitely, you can feel a bit of that vibe here tonight as the London Knights supporters are here. I don't know for sure, but I imagine we'll see the Sarnia Sting do something here tonight
I would expect. This Sting have been always particularly good about doing those kinds of things and being active in our community and that sort of thing. Yeah.
Friend of yours?
They're trying to throw me off my game here. It's great. Anyway, but Sting have been terrific in terms of supporting not just our own community, but the whole hockey community around the OHL and stuff. So
absolutely. Now I've got here on the screen. It's kind of small for us old guys to see it here, but this is Face-Off for Mental Health, something that started in our community with St. Clair Child and Youth Services. There was actually a coach on a younger team that said, "I'm dealing with this, and I don't know how to deal with this," and then Face-Off for Mental Health was born.
Yep.
And there are services in our community and many other communities as well, but St. Clair Child and Youth Services, Kids Help Phone is something that's available in all communities 24 hours a day, not just by phone, by text now. And just got to Google something, and it's okay to not be okay. And we just want to let everybody know that you matter. So, keep that in mind. All right, well, let's talk hockey, though, as we are here to do. Canada is third in their group right now.
Yep.
It's been some interesting hockey. The pieces I saw. Well, the first game, right? You know, a loss
Czechia, yeah,
5-2. But they were not going to be easy to get by in the first place.
They weren't, and they've been a tough team all the way through the tournament so far.
And
we're
prior
not the
to
only
this
ones,
year,
and we're not the only ones that have struggled to put up a great game against them. So I think they are absolutely a force to be watched over for the rest.
And
of
of course,
sure.
notably Ben Gaudreau in there. I think in that first game, there was boy, the fans are mean sometimes.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
They were pretty hard on Benny. And if you go to his Instagram, we follow him on Twitter, of course. And I have reached out. We'll see if we can get some kind of an interview at some point. But
sure,
obviously the focus is on hockey. But
yeah,
I thought he played pretty well considering the team he had in front of him, and I mean that on both sides.
Yeah, and I think you're absolutely right. I mean, this is another one of those examples of how, you know, it is sometimes a bit unfair to put the weight of a loss all squarely on the shoulders of a goalie. It's absolutely unfair. This is a team sport. You know, they're playing a talented team from Czechia. And, you know, our team did not necessarily do the job that it needed to do.
Those are the pieces I saw.
And certainly, you know, Benny, he did, you know, arguably a good job, you know. But certainly, as a team in general, we didn't step up in that game.
Right.
You know.
And then, of course, so they lost to Czech 5-2, but then win over Germany 11-2.
Yeah.
So that certainly brings you right back into, a little bit of hope here.
Oh, my goodness, yes.
Right? And then winning over Austria, which I think most would say probably not the most challenging game. No. But still a shutout for Ben Gaudreau and that team, 11-0. Everything counts. So they're sitting pretty well right now, I think.
I would think so. I mean, Germany and Austria, they've struggled through the whole tournament with some big scores against them. So I think we sort of knew going into that. You know, Team Canada still has a formidable team, and they played they played well. They certainly did not take the throttle off, and that showed up in the 11-0 win over Austria and the other big score. You know, so. But I think there's still lots of challenge to be had in this tournament.
Still in a good position, though.
There's still some great teams out there. I know
not over yet.
No,
not
absolutely
even close.
not. Czechia's got a great team. I know the Swedes they're talking about. Sweden's got a very good team this year as well. They've done fairly well in the tournament. I like the way Finland played in the couple of games I caught.
Okay.
So there's lots of challenge still out there in that tournament.
We also got to mention Sandis Vilmanis, who's also missing from the Sarnia Sting, playing with Latvia, is where he's from
Absolutely.
originally. Unfortunately, lost 3-0. We saw that to Slovakia, right?
Yep.
So that's going to hurt a little bit there. But, we're still proud of Vilmanis for sure. He was on the first line for this team.
And I think he did a pretty good job. I mean, I caught some of Latvia's play so far. And, I mean, Sandis, he was holding his own, doing his job. I think, as far as being a representative of the Sting,
we're going to miss him here tonight,
I'm a fan,
sure.
That's for sure.
All right. Well, good luck, of course, to, all the teams playing in the World Juniors.
Absolutely.
A huge feat for anybody. But, of course, we kind of like our guys, Benny Gaudreau and Sandis Vilmanis.
For sure.
Bringing home the gold would be certainly nice for them. Now, we've got defenseman Josh Hoover is coming back here tonight to play.
Hoover?
Hoover is back tonight.
Yeah, good.
And he's been away since November and was able to pick up 2 points in the last 3 games that he played.
Yep.
So I think it'd be fair to say we're excited to have him back, and I think we're going to need him here tonight.
Let's keep him out of the penalty box,
right?
And he can be a force on the ice all
We're
going to
need him here tonight.
I love that.
Against London for sure.
For sure.
Let's talk about London. I mean, how this was a team, London, that was not looking very promising at
early
the beginning
in the season. Definitely not.
And now they're London. They're back on top. They are number one in the Midwestern Conference, right?
Yeah.
So definitely here to play hockey. But we definitely, you read my mind when you said that one. Let's stay out of the penalty box, Hoover. We need you on the ice because he's pretty strong out there when he's played. I think he's shown that to this team.
Yep, absolutely. I agree. I think we've been missing him, and certainly, again, the story of Sarnia is we come out with a bang, and then we find ourselves very quickly in the hurt locker, and a lot of guys out off on injury, couple suspensions here and there,
right?
Little bits and pieces, losing guys out to the IIHF tournament,
right.
And we find ourselves in the place where we are right now. So let's let's look to our young guys, and hopefully they'll put in a game worth watching.
Somebody who's, of course, in the background a lot of the time because, that's just what you do when you're the second goalie in line.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who's been playing since Christmas holidays, I guess, is Shirzika, who's been wow.
You know what?
Love you, Benny.
Yeah.
But just so you know, he's doing a great job while you're away.
And good for Nick, because absolutely, I agree, Dave. I think, Nick stepped up to the plate when, others may not have shown the same sort of fortitude. And I like the way he's played. He certainly kept us into some games, and that's his job as the goalie.
Absolutely.
That's his job.
He's there to save the goals, and even when the team's messing up and shouldn't be letting him in, he's still got to cover that.
For sure, and if he had a good, strong defense in front of him, we're going to end up winning some games.
All right, well, let's talk about the scratches now.
Oh, goodness.
Well, of course, Benny Gaudreau's gone, but that's okay. Mitch Young is out tonight. Somebody I think who's shown up a fair amount for us. But Lucas Fisher is one that I think we're going to miss here tonight.
Well, and they were, fairly recent additions to the team, too. So, I don't think they've fully had their chance to shine yet. But you're right. I mean, we can't be. I liked.
But we brought them here for a reason, and now they're quickly gone. Right? I guess is where I was alluding to.
And I think Fisher was a good choice.
Yeah. What we did see of him, he was playing very well for us.
Liked it.
Of course, Vilmanis away, but Austin Harper and Carson Campbell. They've been off for quite some time, and we didn't see a ton of them. And I think when we did, weren't necessarily the strongest players on this team.
No, maybe not. But you know what? I mean, Campbell got an awful lot of play time.
Yeah.
And, for better or for worse, I mean, when you're playing the kind of minutes that Campbell was getting, it's very easy to see, oh, crap, he's not doing so great.
Right.
Well, yeah, but he's getting a bazillion minutes. And we really need him.
We worked him hard.
Yeah, I think we just worked him.
Yeah.
And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but
Did
you
we wear
can't.
Him out? Is that what you're saying?
Hard to say, but I think he did a whole lot more good. I think is what I'm trying to say. He did a whole lot more good.
Okay.
When you get that kind of minutes, you're doing something right. And it's really easy to point out the one or two times when someone getting that many minutes may goof up a little bit.
Okay, I wasn't picking.
Do you know what I mean? But no, I'm just saying.
No, it makes totally sense.
He got a lot of ice time.
I'm glad you brought that up because I didn't really think of it that way with that much time and there's a lot more pressure and why did they play him so much? You have to wonder as well.
Yeah,
too.
Absolutely. I
Coach
think
Allen,
a lot more good.
Coach Allen the Tang, of course, away as well. We're wishing him the best, and one of 3 assistant coaches for Canada, and we're pretty proud of that factor. So we just wanted to mention it again. Now I got to tell you, I don't know how this worked out here for you, but your picture, they're like Buy your 50-50 tickets online, folks. You can steal that. Go to sarniasting.com. But I'm preparing the broadcast here, and I look and I go, how the hell does Jay Peckham get his picture on the 50-50 draw? And I did not know, and then you came here and told me a story.
Well, but this is actually, this photo is a long time coming.
I know.
Though, because truthfully, I think it was last season.
Yeah.
They came to me and they said, look, we've got a bunch of pictures that we know we have you in them, and we want to interview you as a fan.
Yep.
And if you don't mind, we'd like to be able to use your image for promotional purposes.
If he doesn't mind people seeing his picture.
I struggled with it.
No, you didn't.
No, I didn't. But so I certainly said
they
yes.
I heard about it, right? And I'm like, what are you asking me for?
But it's really funny because the story is that, honestly, I have 3 people that I come to the most games with. And we all kick in a certain amount of money.
Right.
And we all get $20 worth of 50-50 every time we come.
Why not?
And we contribute an awful lot of money. We've been doing it for the better part of 20 years, Dave.
Wow.
And guess what happened at the last one?
You got all your money back.
We finally won a 50-50. Fantastic. And it was awesome. And then my son turns around and points this out, and I'm like, holy.
What a coincidence.
What a coincidence that is.
Well, congratulations on that. Just in time for Christmas, too,
Just
right?
in time for Christmas.
That's awesome. And, well deserved to have your picture there. You've been here for a long, long time.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love it, man. Sting hockey, and I think that was one of the other things is we're watching the World Juniors, and I'm like seeing guys that have been through the program and have played in our building.
Right.
So it's awesome to watch that happen.
For sure.
And then we look at the top stars in the NHL, and Tavares and
so many have passed through.
So many have passed through this, and between the Sting and the Knights and every team that passes through here, we've seen them on this ice.
That's right.
And I think I love that more than anything.
Well, good way to put it. All right, well, we're going to move on. Somebody keeps trying to
airdrop you something.
Yeah. Somebody called your worst nightmare is trying to airdrop me.
Your worst nightmare.
I had somebody one night. I was sitting up in the media booth, and somebody said they were Angus McDonnell. So I accepted it.
Yeah.
Because he's in my contacts.
Okay.
Right, and it wasn't him.
Dang.
There was 2 other pictures that we'll just leave it there. So.
I will tell you who I have been chatting with over the holidays.
Okay.
Though. Kevin Spinozzi.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, you were always
Kevin
a favorite there. You were buddies.
We were buddies when he was playing for the Sting. He's playing in France now.
Oh, okay. I did not know that.
With his dad's team. So, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So,
doing well.
Don't try to airdrop me anything, folks, unless your name is I have $1 million. Okay. Anyway.
Your worst nightmare with $1 million.
Your worst nightmare. Some people have nothing better to do but annoy the media, I guess. I
guess.
All right. Well, good to be back, Jay. Good to have you back here as well.
100%, brother.
And thanks to all of you. We're back here. We'll be back here first period and second period intermissions. Then, of course, as planned, usually, we got kind of a new setup going there for the post-game press conference. That's going to look really nice, and you never know who's going to be there, so tune in to watch that. Back here live from the concourse, I'm David Burrows with the Sarnia Sting and my friend Jay Peckham.
Go Sting, go!
And I wasn't ready. Now we're going to do it.
Okay, go Sting, go!